Welcome everyone on today's Metal3 Community meeting. My name is Adam Rosman. I will be your host today. Today is 13th of March 2024. We will skip the introductions and please remember that the meeting is recorded. Please feel free to check out the issues in the whole project that have the help or help wanted label. Fixing those would help a lot. Feel free to add your organization as an adopter. If you are watching this video and think that you are willing to publicly acknowledge that you are an adopter of Metal3, you can do so by pushing a pull request to the Metal3/community repo and then editing the adopters.md file in the root of the repository. If you have issues with the CI and you think your problem is not related to your code change, then feel free to create an issue and then attach the issue to the Metal3 CI tracker project. When you create an issue, it will be on the right-hand side on the UI. Feel free to check out the stats and the incubation proposal and the CI. And also the this year's team meetup document. If you are visiting the KubeCon this year in Europe, then we will have a Contrib Fest, a lightning talk, a kiosk, and a small gathering there. And you can find more info by following the links. And we have one reminder from last week. Last week, Dimitri has asked for reviews on this user guide change in the Metal3 docs. I put there an IGTM. Please feel free to review it and have Dimitri merge this one. Okay, so these were all the reminders and public service announcements. Is there any news about the Ironic scalability? I see Mohammed and Dimitri, you are here.
Yeah, regarding the PR or the changes that we have, I got some reviews last Friday from Dimitri, and I addressed them and just trying to test. There is like some issues with the unit test, and the script that I used to run the test was failing after the changes with the inspector. I will test that soon, and will ping Dimitri and other reviewers to check once again.
Yep, will do. I don't have anything to add on top of that.
Yep, thanks. So you are working on it. Okay, regular discussion topics. We have one from Dimitri, an early pre-discussion.
Yes, so I have some interest for something we've really planned for a long time, but never had a chance to implement because of limitations in Ironic, which since then have been lifted. So the idea is to allow modifying BIOS settings and doing firmware upgrades, which are coming soon. Not just for nodes in the preparing state, which is between available and provisioning even, but also for hosts that have been provisioned. And I don't have any like design proposal yet. I'll be researching this topic with another guy from our team the next few weeks. But my question is mostly, are other people not from Red Hat interested in something like that? And the even more important question is how we deal with past security concerns about modifying already running machines.
I was following from afar the Ironic changes that went in, and we were discussing this. All this maintenance steps now in Ironic and all this functionality that you mentioned. I think everything that can cut down on the number of reboots are welcomed, in my opinion, and in as far as I know, for our downstream. The security concern eyes we discussed a lot for the non-bootable ISO or non-bootable image. I think if we follow the same way that we create separate CRs and then those can be like secured with the role-based access control, that is fine, at least for me. I don't have any more complex security worries or requirements.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a bit more. It's a bit harder here because with data image we started essentially with a clean slate, and we could, yes, rely on this fact that we can RBAC this resource away. For biosettings, we already have host from biosettings resource. It's already there, and we probably don't want people to have to completely disable it. Right, so there is like 3 possible states. Completely disabled biosettings, it's doable now. You just close it in RBAC. Biosettings only for no hosts that are not provisioned, so for available hosts, and biosettings for hosts that are provisioned. We don't have the latter. That's what I'm researching. We only have the former. So right now it's not a concern. But if we say, I'm just not quite sure how it's going to work with RBAC. Like, we probably don't want to invent another resource type on top of that. And we probably cannot use RBAC to deny some annotation or some field. Or can we?
I don't think so. For me, the RBAC is just there that only one, like if there are multiple users who have like different namespaces and manage different clusters, but on the same control plane, I just don't want them to get in a conflict. And that's it. I don't have any more like sophisticated issues with it.
Would
So
it be acceptable for you if we just tell people, okay, if you don't want that, just disable host firmware settings via RBAC completely?
But then, so what? But if we have RBAC, then that means that if this already is a separate CR, and it is, and we would control it with RBAC, then that would already give us like the ability to deny access or allow access from certain users on the Kubernetes control plane. It's already there, isn't it? Like it's already like usable.
True, I'm just worried about certain missing granularity, right? You won't be able to only forbid biosettings for provisioned nodes. You will have to forbid biosettings as a feature completely.
Yeah, I think on that level of granularity, I don't foresee like the need for control it on that level that you can set. Yeah, from my experience so far, it's just that one service account or one user can use this firmware settings file or a CR, and then another user uses its own, and they cannot like act on each other's file CRs. That's all. I don't think that we have to like separately manage these CRs between the different stages. Even more, just I want to add that from what I've seen, it's actually even more useful. I mean, of course, it's very useful anyways, but people who use it would use this from my experience, they would really like to use it for a provision node. As I said, to just save a few reboots, for example. That's a big killer feature if we can have that. So yeah, I'm fine with this.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone else have any quick comments or concerns?
And feature-wise, this is okay, but would it be possible to open up an issue with the proposal that you have, like without the RBAC? I really couldn't visualize it. It would be good if we can discuss it on an issue in a bit more detail.
Yeah, I will do it eventually, but I'm right now in a very, very early proof of concept phase and basically just interested if people think it's a crazy idea or it's okay if we can research further. There will be some upstream artifacts, of course, for that and probably design spec.
So feature-wise, it's a great feature, as Adam said. So, no arguments.
What is a bit I like, it would be interesting to see that how robust this will be. I mean, not even from Ironic or MetaCube perspective, but in general, like recently I have had quite a lot of time with real hardware, and I even in our own lab, actually in the like the bare metal lab of MetaCube, that's the open source lab, we noticed that for example, there was an event where probably the BIOS firmware was upgraded, or even the whole hardware was new. It just was plugged into the rack, and then it actually the BMC was misbehaving until we haven't manually started the machine once. So Ironic was unable to start the machine, and we checked the BMC, and we were seeing that the BMC was actually not showing the boot information. It was a blank page even from the UI. So kind of these situations will be interesting to see, that if there's a running machine and we flash the BIOS, how many times will there be weird whatevers, like either the BMC or something on the machine does just weird stuff. Of course, the users will use it at their own behest. So I'm not saying that it's something that we can control. It will be interesting to see how many times there will be like weird bugs.
That number of times will not be zero for sure. Like this, I haven't seen this particular problem, but regressions in new, especially major versions of firmware, are not unheard of. We've definitely seen that.
Yep. Anyone else? Any comments? Any question? It's an interesting feature. Of course, if it for those who were not following the Ironic features related to this, then yeah, it's a bit messy to understand. Okay. I think no one else has anything to add. Is there any other topic you would like to bring up? Any question, problems, anything? No? Okay, then I won't steal your time. Thank you for this discussion, and thank you for your attendance. And let's meet 2 weeks from now. Next week is KubeCon week, so we won't have the meeting. I will send an email about that. And those who are coming, I hope we will meet and everyone will arrive safe in Paris. So until then, yeah, have a nice week and bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
Bye, and see you in
Bye.
Thanks,
Paris.
bye.
Bye-bye.